Is a multi-state federal investigation into a global church. Two religious leaders now in custody. One just facing a judge in Hillsborough County. I'm Frank Wiley.
And I'm Courtney Robinson. The two are accused of using abuse and fear to force followers into working without pay to fund the leaders' luxury lives. Early this morning, federal agents searched a mansion in the Avila neighborhood of Tampa. We watched as agents swarmed the massive landscape. The head of Kingdom of God Global Church, David Taylor, was arrested in Durham, North Carolina this morning. The executive director, Michelle Brannon, just went before a federal judge in Tampa and remains in federal custody tonight. Prosecutors say the two ran a nationwide operation soliciting donations worth tens of millions and lavishing themselves with homes and cars. We have live team coverage of the massive investigation, starting with 10 Tampa Bay News reporter Eric Lasser live outside the exclusive Avila neighborhood.
Yeah, Eric, neighbors waking up to the FBI presence there this morning.
Yeah, Frank, that's right. They tell me that at about 6 o'clock this morning, they could hear helicopters buzzing overhead and then the sounds of a small army of law enforcement, including sheriff's deputies and the FBI.
Nothing good. That's all I can say.
Neighbors like Sheila Malden say they were immediately concerned. Police and federal agents swarming the 32,000 square foot mansion belonging to the Michigan-based Kingdom of God Global Church. Its leader, a controversial, some say cult-like figure, 53-year-old David Taylor.
We always kind of thought there were strange happenings, but nobody ever really knew anything.
Federal prosecutors say Taylor and 56-year-old Michelle Brannon used their ministry to run a nationwide operation that looked more like human trafficking. According to the indictment, the pair forced victims to staff call centers in Michigan, Texas, Missouri, and Florida, raising money around the clock, an estimated $50 million since 2014, paying for luxury homes, cars, and more.
Sometimes you'd see buses pulling in, which seemed really odd.
Prosecutors say those who fell short of donation goals were punished with food restrictions, humiliation, even threats of eternal damnation. Taylor, they say, used his followers as personal servants, controlling where they lived, requiring some to transport women to him and provide emergency contraceptives.
Well, I guess when you think that kids are running from the house, I guess your first thought is there any sort of human trafficking going on there, but, who knows?
Taylor was arrested in North Carolina. Brannon was taken into custody in Tampa. Both face charges that could put them behind bars for decades.
I mean, again, for somebody who can afford to live in there in that kind of house and you're a pastor of a church, just that's the first red flag.
And tonight, the FBI says it's still looking for more potential victims that are connected somehow with this organization. If you have any information about this case, you're asked to contact the FBI. Reporting live in Tampa, Eric Lasser, 10 Tampa Bay News.
Industry leaders for allegedly running a forced labor and money laundering scheme with ties here in Michigan. Welcome to CBS News Detroit at 5. I'm Terrence Friday.
I'm Shayna Humphreys. The FBI had a team in Taylor today as part of a nationwide takedown of the Kingdom of God Global Church in Texas, Missouri, Florida, and Michigan. CBS News Detroit's Veronica Ortega joins us live in Taylor with more on the investigation.
Shayna, Terrence, more than 10 years ago, David E. Taylor opened up his first church and call center here in Taylor, Michigan. The founder, along with his executive director, Michelle Brannon, were arrested today in North Carolina and Florida, while their headquarters behind me was getting raided by the FBI.
The organization, formerly known as Joshua Media Ministries International, has been described by some former members as a lifesaver.
This ministry changed my life, and I've witnessed so many people come off the streets. I've witnessed so many people just get delivered from drugs. I've seen so many people stop hating people.
These workers at the office building next door call it something else.
They say he runs a little cult over there. Those windows are always covered.
We don't see much action over there at all whatsoever.
The 23-page indictment issued by a federal grand jury in the Eastern District of Michigan outlines the allegations against David E. Taylor and Michelle Brannon, including recruiting people to work at the call center unpaid.
My understanding was people voluntarily come here, and they don't have to be here.
Since 2014, the organization received $50 million in donations, all of it apparently used to fund the luxury lifestyle of the church leaders. These documents state that if workers didn't make their daily quota, they were allegedly punished both physically and mentally, including humiliation, sleep deprivation, and forced repentance.
I used to be a part of this ministry. I walked away because I wanted to. I wasn't forced. Nobody forced me to be here.
Another accusation is that the founder enlisted armor bearers to act as his personal servants. They would allegedly transport women from ministry houses to Taylor's location and ensure those women took Plan B emergency contraceptive.
Yeah, he's just a womanizer.
Despite the allegations and possible prison time, at least one former church member is standing by the leaders and his beliefs.
That's if Father God allows that. Ain't nobody gonna make him do nothing that Father God don't allow.
Now the FBI is still here on scene. They can be seen coming in and out of this building behind me, loading evidence into the truck. They've been here all day long. Meanwhile, Taylor and Brannon have been charged with conspiracy to commit forced labor, and money laundering conspiracy. Each charge, if convicted, carries a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. In Taylor, Veronica Ortega, CBS News, Detroit.
Very concerning. I got a feeling we're going to be hearing a lot more about this.
Yeah.
Veronica, thank you.
Begin tonight with that massive multi-state church raid affecting a congregation here in Metro Detroit.
Welcome to 7 News Detroit at 6. I'm Carolyn Clifford.
And I'm Mike Duffy. Thank you for joining us. Now, this is a story that we've been following all day long.
Today, the feds raided a ministry in Taylor, and that's not all. The FBI also raided churches in North Carolina, Texas, Florida, and Missouri. The faith leaders were also arrested in North Carolina and Florida and are now facing charges of forced labor and money laundering.
7 News Detroit reporter Randy Wimbley is getting reaction from one of their supporters and listening to a human trafficking survivor about the allegations against those ministry leaders.
The feds equated the ministry leaders here to human traffickers involved in human exploitation. According to the indictment, David Taylor calls himself an apostle and Jesus' best friend. Investigators say he used his influence to manipulate his followers. Joshua Media Ministries International Center in Taylor raided. Its founder and leader, David Taylor, indicted on federal charges. Supporters like this man, who goes by the name Ricky, stunned.
Why would you guys just do this to a ministry that's doing nothing but helping society?
The U.S. Attorney's Office says Taylor, along with his executive assistant, Michelle Brannon, seen here on the ministry's website, used physical and psychological abuse to force victims to raise about $50 million in donations. The feds say Taylor and Brannon forced their alleged victims to work without pay at their call centers located at the church in Taylor, as well as Missouri, Florida, and Texas. The indictment says some of them slept in the call center facilities or in a ministry house, and Taylor and Brannon did not permit them to leave without permission. Ricky does not buy it.
I used to be a part of this ministry. I walked away because I wanted to. I wasn't forced. Nobody forced me to be here.
Taylor and Brannon are said to have controlled every aspect of their alleged victims' lives. Investigators say those who did not meet fundraising goals or disobeyed orders were publicly humiliated, deprived of sleep, physically assaulted, and threatened with divine judgment.
The fear that was put into these people.
Irene Faziani is a human trafficking survivor who now works with Sanctum House that provides support for trafficking victims. Karen Moore is the organization's executive director.
They challenged them with, spiritual deprivation also. So just the depravity and the inhumaneness and of people of faith, of supposed people of faith.
Taylor was arrested in North Carolina, Brannon in Florida. A Joshua Media Ministry Center in Houston was also raided Wednesday. The indictment alleges other church volunteers worked without pay as Taylor's armor bearers, and that he demanded they transport women from ministry houses and airports to his location and ensure the women took Plan B emergency contraceptives. Taylor and Brannon are charged with forced labor, conspiracy to commit forced labor, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Each of those charges carry a penalty of up to 20 years in prison. I'm Randy Wimbley, 7 News Detroit.
Our other top story tonight, a coordinated cross-country raid this morning by federal agents. Check out this shot from Sky 4 over the Kingdom of God Global Church facility in Taylor.
And at the same time, agents raided facilities owned by the church in Tampa, Florida, North Carolina, and Houston, Texas. This all surrounds an indictment accusing 2 church leaders of money laundering and forced labor. Let's get out to Noelle Friel. She's live in Taylor tonight. Noelle, there's a lot to unpack with this story.
Yeah, guys, there is. We've been watching federal investigators search this property in Taylor all afternoon, and as you can see, they are still on the scene. A federal indictment accuses church leader David Taylor of forcing church members, which he called his armor bearers, to work as his personal servants. The FBI conducted simultaneous raids at properties across multiple states owned by Kingdom of God Global Church, known formerly as Joshua Media Ministries International. Federal investigators searched for evidence at this property in Taylor, a campus in Houston, and a home in Tampa, arresting 53-year-old David Taylor and 56-year-old Michelle Brannon. According to an indictment, victims were forced to work at the ministry's call centers without pay. They weren't allowed to leave without permission and even slept at the call centers or ministry houses. If they failed to reach unobtainable donation goals, victims were met with punishments like sleep deprivation or food and shelter restrictions. All of it to raise millions that Taylor and Brannon allegedly used to buy luxury properties, cars, and sporting equipment. David John is the lead pastor at Impact Church Metro Detroit. He tells Local 4 he has a family member who joined the ministry and says he was shocked to hear the news of Taylor and Brannon's arrests.
That's not the spirit of Christ, that you have to follow me. You have to be a part of my church, or else you're defying God. It really is. Those are the markings of a cult.
He says his family member started to lose contact with family after joining. Looking back, it now raises alarm bells.
It should have really created more concern and more of an alarm that there's this large amount of time where they're not all of a sudden not communicating.
He's now praying for healing for his loved one and everyone involved.
And I pray that for everybody that's victimized, that they get out of that. And that's my hope and prayer.
And Taylor and Brannon are now facing charges of forced labor, conspiracy to commit forced labor, and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Each of those charges carries a sentence of up to 20 years in prison. Live in Taylor, Noelle Friel, Local 4.
Noelle, thank you.
We're following a federal raid on a church in Taylor. The feds moved in on the Kingdom of God Global Church, formerly known as Joshua Media Ministries International, or JMMI. The feds say the organization is led by David E. Taylor, who they say solicits people to work at call centers across the U.S. His executive director is Michelle Brannon. They are accused of running a forced labor and money laundering conspiracy. They were both arrested today in North Carolina and Florida as the feds conducted a nationwide takedown of their church locations. The feds say the church has received $50 million in donations since 2014. Taylor is accused of using call center donations to support an extravagant lifestyle. The complaint says Taylor has personal servants working for orders. They have been charged in a 10-count indictment covering 4 states that include Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri.
Alleged forced labor and money laundering ring that has ties to Houston. The FBI raiding several ministry properties today in several states. It is all apparently linked to a so-called religious organization accused of abusing workers to solicit tens of millions of dollars in donations and controlling their every move. One of the locations is along the North Freeway in North Harris County. Orko Manna joins us now live. Orko, people who work nearby are telling you they've seen some strange activity there.
Yeah, Mia, an employee of a nearby store tells me that they noticed some red flags for a while about what was going on inside this building, such as people being afraid of being seen through the windows. The Department of Justice says the organization that operates this property used it as part of a fraud scheme, a forced labor conspiracy. The FBI still out here tonight as part of this nationwide takedown.
I think it's definitely some cold life activities.
That's how Vincent Escobedo describes what he's seen next door at this former hotel along the North Freeway. The FBI raiding the property Wednesday, which federal prosecutors say is one of 9 locations tied to the Kingdom of God Global Church, a so-called religious ministry at the center of a nationwide investigation.
The FBI, they're calling out to them on megaphones and stuff. I heard that.
Authorities in North Carolina and Florida today arresting the self-professed leaders of the organization, 53-year-old David Taylor and 56-year-old Michelle Brannon. Federal prosecutors say they ran call centers in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri. This indictment alleging they forced their unpaid victims to reach out for unobtainable monetary donation amounts and would punish them if they failed to reach those goals. The punishments reportedly including food restrictions, humiliation, and physical and psychological assaults. The victims also allegedly forced to sleep in the call centers and other ministry houses and unable to leave without permission, something Escobedo says he believes he saw.
So just kind of weird stuff. Seeing people from the window and like whenever you notice them back to kind of like look away or get away from the window, that's definitely odd. I never really saw anyone actually leave the place.
Federal prosecutors say the scheme pulled in $50 million in donations since 2014. A lot of that money allegedly spent on luxury properties, luxury vehicles, boats, jet skis, and ATVs. Now, Taylor and Brannon are charged with forced labor, conspiracy to commit forced labor, and money laundering conspiracy. If convicted, they could both spend up to 20 years in prison on each of those major charges. Reporting live tonight from North Harris County, Orko Manna, KHOU 11 News.
Some very serious accusations there. Orko Manna tonight, thank you.
The video you'll only see on West 2. Federal agents surrounded an Ocala home today as part of an indictment against 2 church leaders with Florida ties.
Yeah, this investigation surrounds allegations of forced labor and also money laundering. West 2's Luana Munoz live in studio right now. And Luana, what exactly do we know so far?
Well, what we know, Summer, is that the Department of Justice claims that David Taylor and Michelle Brannon victimized 8 people in Michigan, Florida, Texas, and Missouri. Exclusive video from Chopper 2 shows federal agents at the couple's home today in the Ocala area. It's one of several.
We're going to talk about a couple things. We talk about the death threats because Vanessa Johnson did confirm that those death threats from David were terroristic threats and that those were legit threats. So there's that. But what else we're going to talk about is there's a court document update today. David's asking David's wanting to reconsider bond, obviously, right? Because he doesn't want to stay in jail. So I put a poll in. Who do y'all think David's going to blame at the end of the day on this one, man? Seriously. Who's David going to point the finger at? Is it going to be Michelle, Rick Frazier, me, or is it going to be fucking God himself? We're going to find out. All right. I already know the answer, but we're going to find out. Oh, man. Now they're just different news clips. It's just something I put up. It was different news clips. His mind, his voice. Nah, jail ain't fun. Okay, so anyways, we'll just get right to it. You guys want to see who David's gonna blame? This came across Pacer today. Yeah, I think he's gonna blame Michelle. We're at 22, page 23. I'll give you 2 guesses who those 2 initials belong to, but you're only gonna need one. Oh shit. I saw this come across Pacer today. I was like, get the fuck out of here. There's no way. No. I think he's going to blame Michelle among other people, but he's definitely got it out for me and Rick Frazier. I laugh so hard at this because I don't know who planted this fucking bonehead ass idea in David's head. Yeah, David's blaming me and Rick Frazier. Oh, but I can see him getting on the stand and pointing the finger at Michelle too. Yeah, been harassing the years for sure. For years. Yeah. And have Taylor charged with a crime. Their barrage of unsubstantiated complaints, along with a small group of disgruntled ex-church members, are the facts and fodder for the government's mischaracterizing the proffer. Well, David tried to sue me at one time, I remember, for everything that he's now sitting in front of the judge for. I remember that. He flat out told me, oh, you need to take your channel down. Yeah, David's blaming everybody but the one person he should blame, and it's himself. He thinks he is completely free of all this. He's I've never done anything wrong in my life, everybody. Go ahead and take that case for me, sir. Go fight my case for me. And this is ultimately David. Okay, and what's funny about this? And while the defendant and the church have long been aware of these two individuals and their consistent antagonism toward the church over the past 10 years, so they think I've been doing this for 10 years, so that's a fucking lie. The identity of the recently disclosed group of 8 victims was just made known and shared last week. As such, it was not until receiving the government's discovery that counsel has been able to review to date that the defense could confirm and corroborate the heavy involvement with Rick Frazier and Rich Holmes and know the actual identities of the aggrieved. And know the actual identifies of the aggrieved, all consenting adult ex-member victims. David's like, it's all Rich Holmes' fault. It's all that Rich Holmes' fault, okay? Because Rick Frazier fucking paid him. I love when my enemies make mistakes, man. I love it. I love it. This is probably one of the best mistakes he's ever going to make, because now his lawyer's going to have to go find this out. And it's just going to cost David more money like a dumb shit. So, here's to you, David. David is piling up his dirty diapers due to the extreme fear of being held accountable. Yeah. Yeah. Kathleen was prompting cult followers to stay strong and committed. Oh, yeah, I'm sure they are. Yeah, and this is ultimately this is like a last stand for them. Like David coming out and claiming it was all Rick Frazier's fault and that Michelle cooperated with the FBI as far as EBT went. Yeah, I'm sure they did it. They cooperated when they felt it was necessary. These haven't been brought up yet, but that's going to be brought up. The sex offenses and the sex trafficking, that could be, you guys, the sex trafficking and the human trafficking could be a whole separate case, all right? Just keep that in mind right now. It's a very good possibility. You guys, they have human trafficking lawyers on this case. Not going to waste the resources. Okay. Oh, he should have took the plea deal. This was David's asking for bond. He's asking the courts to reconsider bond. You know what? Colleen very well could be called to testify as a character witness. Absolutely. Absolutely. I think she could, but I don't think she will. But this is the defendant. David, this is why I'm calling it Cries from Cellblock C, because David's sitting behind bars crying like a little bitch, telling his lawyer to do this. And hey, we have text messages also that say we were doing good things, but it's fucking nuts, dude. David's the last David would be an idiot to want to subpoena me to court. It would be his biggest last mistake. It'd be his last biggest mistake. It'd be like fucking Luke Skywalker telling Jabba the Hutt, Jabba, this is your last chance. Oh man. No, you know what, Jez? I don't think he cried fit. Well, yeah, I think he could have cried. Yeah, absolutely. I think he could have cried. I think he could have cried. But theoretically, he's crying from the cell block, right? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm not going to, I don't know if I should say. Okay, I'm not gonna keep. I'm gonna keep that off channel for now. Okay, but that's thank you. If you're some of these sources are watching us right now, and they're telling me certain things, and this one I'll keep off channel because this one's kind of important. Yeah, yeah. I don't want. Yeah, we should keep that one quiet. But yeah, okay. So it was okay. Okay, I can say this. The source did confirm the EBT thing with Michelle. They said, yeah, they did confirm that. They did confirm that, okay? Won't tell the details, but yeah, they did say, yes, that happened. That's it. That's all I'll say to that. Okay. Did David really think this thing would last forever? I think in his peanut little brain, it did. I think in his peanut little mind that it did. He did think it would last. I do. He was really arrogant. And Jez, what I mean, he's crying from his jail cell. He's bitching about being on detention because really, I was talking to some sources about this today, and let's get on the psych level here for a second. All right, put on your psych helmet. All right, everybody, put on your psych helmet here for a second. All right, you're a psychologist. You're fucking top level psychologist. All right. Put yourself in Michelle's or David's shoes. Dudes, put yourself in David's shoes if you could fit. Women, put yourself in Michelle's shoes. These two just had a huge fucking rug pulled out from under them. They've been running a scam for decades, for a decade plus. They were on top. Everybody was catering to them, fucking bending over backwards for him, everything. I'm sure he was crying for sure, Jez. Absolutely. When your freedom is threatened the way it's being threatened right now, like David and Michelle, they're going to do anything to fucking stay out of prison because there's only one more thing valuable than money, and that's your freedom. So these two, they were living on top for years. David especially. David's never had this happen to him. And now, just think of the addictions that David was addicted to. Fucking narcotics, live streaming, women, porn, masturbation. Now it's all that has been literally instantly, you guys. What does that do up here? Really think about that. No bullshit. I try to put myself in that perspective. If I was living that high, like what would that do? Hit that like too. There's 76 people in here. Anybody who wants to call in, the phone line's always open when we're live, man. Always open when we're live. Next phase. Okay. Yeah. Now David gets nothing, and that's what we're talking about. David, he's literally crying from the fucking jail cell being a little bitch trying to get detention because, again, he's lived this high life. Nobody wants to be fucking locked up, especially somebody like David with his frame of mind. Okay. Dude, I think the most viewers on here at one time ever was like almost 200. Like 175. That was right after the bust, though. That was right after the bust. A little bit of Joni Lamb, too, but it was after the bust. Yeah. David's living in total denial. Evangelist Carey brought that out. Good point. Total fucking denial for David. He thinks he's done absolutely nothing wrong. Exactly. Stir crazy in the cell. All of this, I mean, David was live streaming. He had all these women available to him. He doesn't have any of that available to him. He doesn't have Big Macs, late night runs to the fucking store in his Bentleys and his Benzes and all these women serving him and pleasuring him at will. You guys, that has been stripped away. Gone. Think of what it does to the mental, to the psyche when that's all done. And now that we're there, we're going to go into David's death threats. I don't know, Danny Ramy. What do you think, man? What are you thinking? I think he could be in solitary because he's a priority. He could be a priority as far as people abusing him. So I think they could have him in PC right now until the case is over. Imagine being his cell and having listened to about how. Yeah. Yep. I see him throwing a fit in his cell. Now, this video I'm going to show you guys. I was told we should bring this up more because these were. I was told that these are indeed terroristic threats by a lawyer today. So thank you, Vanessa. I did talk to Vanessa today. Very nice. I know I was a little abrasive at first, but we did talk, and I did let her know why I was so abrasive, and she understood and said I apologize. And she said, no worries, I get it. On water under the bridge. So thank you, Vanessa. Thank you. Thank you for that. Thank you for understanding. I really appreciate that because it's been a lot. And y'all know this, man. We've gone through fucking ups and downs with this channel, trying to put this together in one cohesive kind of like piece. That way people could understand it. So she did say, she's all, no, Rich, these are terrorist threats. No. He will go to a medium after his sentencing. Well, I don't know because no, these are felonies. Yeah, these are all felonies. Like yeah, exactly. So all right, let's go into the death threat videos.
Have watched God get people who fight Jesus. How you gonna sit up? Well, I need to go get some better. I gotta get advice. I don't know about David Taylor. I just saw this stuff on. You don't even know me. You won't even take time to get to know. And then some people do, and they've had visitations like that idiot Vicky Yowie. You don't hear nothing from her no more because just like God killed CL, he gonna kill that heifer too. That's right. The Bible calls them a backsliding heifer. He gonna get that heifer because she has turned so many people online who just listen to her and believe in her lies, and she on drugs. And I know that for sure. When she was with us. But they're going to believe her lies. God going to get you. I saw him drown my enemies. He took me to the Red Sea in the past. I mean, in the past years when I had that visitation. He was present then. I knew I was there in wherever that was around Egypt, where the Red Sea is. I was up underwater. I could talk. Me and Jesus was talking, and he showed me the chariots. He picked up one of them out of the dust of the water.
Hey, Southern girl. Just saying it might.
He says, this happened, and this is what I'm going to do to your enemies. You are doomed if you fight me. Now we can be friends, Brother Cantaloupe, Sister Watermelon. We don't have to carry on like this. We don't have to fight. We can be friends. Why don't we find peace and love? But it's your choice. All I'm saying to you, I'm just trying to keep you from being doomed because the Son of God has appeared to me. I already know what he's going to do to you.
All right, I have to actually react to this, okay? First of all, you can't do this on YouTube. I have to react to it and remind people like this isn't okay. All right? What David did here, not only did he issue terroristic threats, Michigan, because that's where the case is tried out of Cat Bomb. Michigan. Michigan's not a nice state. It's cold up there. Like the prison's not good up there. It's it's horrible. Yeah. Yeah. And here's the thing, David took this video down actually at some point. I don't know if he deleted it or what, but he took this video down and I've sent it over to multiple agencies. I've sent it to churches, fucking news stations, everything. What happens to it at this point? I know it's in the feds' hands. If they have it, they have it. If they're going to use it part of the trial. I mean, David is technically blaming me and Rick Frazier. Me, Rick Frazier, and 8 other people. Right here. So he's technically blaming. Hey, Oliver Jonah, how you doing? Yeah, he took it down the next day. I don't know if I'm Brother Cantaloupe. I don't know who I am to David. I could be. I'm not sure. He's never really clarified that. But yeah, so anybody's just tuning in. All right, David theoretically is crying from Cellblock C, wherever the hell he's at. He's super pissed off that he's in detention. He's filed a motion to reconsider, and he's blaming everybody but the one person he should be blaming, which is himself. David's going to point the finger at everybody else. Me and Rick Frazier, we're talking about it right now. This document came up in court today. He mentioned the 8 disgruntled employees, and then me and Rick Frazier. That Rick Frazier apparently has been assisting me in all this. I love it, dude. Hey, Britt Billings, how you doing, man? Dude, Rick... I'm trying to figure out who told David Rick was helping me. I can count on 3 fingers how many times I've talked to Rick. 1, 2, 3. 3 times. The first time was a very good conversation. The second time, there's only 2 times. So 2 times. Yeah, so I can count on 2 fingers how many times I talked to Rick Frazier. Twice. Once was the initial, then the second one where he's like, I don't want to talk to you. And that was probably about 1.5 years ago when I retraced his scam. Okay, Rick Frazier, thank you for asking. Rick Frazier, okay. This is where it all started. This is where it all started, man. Honestly, if you really think about it, neither me, David, nobody else, in my opinion, this is where it all comes from, is Debbie Frazier. So Rick Frazier is Debbie Frazier's ex-husband, okay? You tracking with me, Leanne? So Rick Frazier divorces Debbie. They get a divorce. I'm pretty sure David had something to do with that shit too, okay? David's a fucking piece of shit like that. Debbie gets a settlement, okay? $1 million plus. A nice little chunk of change. She gave it all over to David. I'm going to break it down just real quick. She gave it all over to David. Rick asked David this. I spoke to Rick about this. I spoke to Rick. I FaceTime with the guy. Rick was very nice. I want everybody to know that, okay? He was very nice. He was very cordial. The second time I talked to him, he didn't seem to care for me too much. But the first time I talked to him, you guys, he was very nice. He was very cordial. He was very, very nice. He was very pleasant. He was a very nice man to speak to. Okay. I'm not going to sit here and fucking sugarcoat it. He was. But he told me, he's like, what it all comes down to is 10%. He said, I asked David back for 10% of the $1 million plus that Debbie gave him. And David pretty much told Rick to go fuck himself. Told him, don't be ridiculous. Don't be ridiculous. So Rick fucking deposed him. That's what this is all over, you guys. And that is not a fucking lie. I hope Rick gets up on the stand and says, yeah, this is all over 10%. Probably won't, but if they take the stand and tell me ask what the conversation was about, absolutely. If I'm under oath, I'm not going to lie about a conversation I had with Rick Frazier. That's firsthand knowledge. What did that conversation consist of, Mr. Holmes? Exactly what I just said, that it's all over 10%. He wanted me to take videos down. Which I obliged for a little while. Then I put him back up because I felt it had nothing to do with Rick. It didn't. It had to do with how David used those videos and manipulated Debbie and Katie to making those fucking videos, like slam videos against Rick. You guys, Rick is a good fucking dad. All right. I'll fucking stamp that shit. All right. Rick, you are a good dad. I could see that, man. And that's good. I'm happy that you are a good dad. Rick didn't fucking touch his kids. Okay. That's a flat out fucking lie. That is a flat out fucking lie. Those are some of the most abrasive fucking accusations you can make against a father. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. The only reason they made it against Rick is because fucking David probably was doing it. I know David's abusive. I know David's abusive for a fact. You beat your own fucking kids. Somebody call in. Hang on. We got a call here. Give me a second. Let me get the Bluetooth on, eh? All right, I got your call. Let me get the Bluetooth on. I think this might be one of our guys, man. This might be. All right, give me a second. I'm gonna call you back, man. I got you. It's coming from a 202.
Yeah.
Hey, what's going on, brother? I got your call.
Hello?
Yep.
All right, I hear you. I think this was all Colleen. It was all Colleen. She was David's lawyer, or not David's lawyer. I'm sorry. She was Rick's lawyer in the divorce. It was all Colleen that did this.
Yeah, turn the background down, brother. See, I think personally it was David and Michelle that did it because they went in the deposition looking like shitheads. All right. Hey, can you turn your background down, bud?
Yeah, I'll take it down.
Okay, turn it down. Okay, that's better.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
But yeah, I think it was all Colleen. Colleen, she did it. She did it, and I think she turned it in to the feds, and which was right. Right was what she did. She did everything.
You want to know?
It was the start. Not she didn't. Not she didn't do everything. She started it.
Yeah, and here's the
She
thing.
started it, and I was
with social media.
I was waiting forever.
David went up on the radar with a deposition. That's all it took.
Well, it was like he was that fictional character that went too close to the plane and he got his wings cut off.
Yeah, Icarus.
And yeah, and he poked the bear when he poked the bear way too much by saying that that they would never get him and all that. He poked the bear too much, and the bear finally caught up and woke up and got him. And that was it. But Colleen, she started it.
The white bear. The white bear woke up.
Yeah. Yep. It sure did.
Well, David, see
and
what I
finally
think.
Bit his ass.
What I think is David went in there as a witness and he came out looking like a fucking criminal. Colleen asked the right questions, but then Colleen didn't turn anything into the FBI. The deposition was on the internet, but she laid the foundation ultimately.
Yeah, and I think he, even if she didn't turn in anything, which I'm going with what you said, she didn't.
Yeah.
But even if she didn't, he poked the bear way too much.
Yeah.
By doing that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Colleen's like,
And-
oh, you're going to run your mouth? Okay. Yeah.
It was like those old mafia dons that out in the East, they kept telling John Gotti, lay low, lay low, lay low, don't be so brash, don't be so open, lay low, don't do shit that'll, make them see you. And he kept poking the bear, and he got it too.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I'm with you. He poked the wrong bear too many times.
But I mean, what he did was horrible, though. What he did was absolutely horrible. He had the mafia looking at him like, God damn, you did that shit. You kept them where?
Yeah. Yeah, this really is not only that, but when you really look at this is like fucking Stalinist regime type shit. This is like straight out of the book.
Oh my God.
Of socialism, man. It really is. Starving people.
It is. It is. It's horrible. It is horrible. And you have the best show here. You have the best show with a call-in and everything. I mean, you are getting on top of this perfect.
I appreciate it, dude. I like I like when you guys call in. I do. And I don't care if you support the channel or not. You want to call in and talk shit?
No, I'm not calling in to do any of that. I'm calling in to tell you have got the best show going where we could call in, look at it. You have become the fucking you are like, I don't know how to say it. The Geraldo Rivera of this shit. You've got it coming up.
And this was a group effort.
I'm serious.
I just want to be always clear on that. This was a group effort. Okay. Took a lot of work.
Well, I know. That's why I always say when I say something, like with Colleen may not have done it, but she, that's why I always say you guys got this perfect. I mean, you've got it perfect. It is what your title says, a full frontal investigation.
Yeah, it is. This is right in your fucking face. Like, we're not fucking around with these guys. This was a scam.
It is perfect. It is perfect.
I think it is too. I do too.
And you know what? There are more of these cults out there. There are more of them.
Don't even remind me.
There are your job has not been completed yet. Your job has not been completed yet with this.
I know.
Which is horrible, but in a way it's good for you because that means your job is never done.
Yep.
Your job is never done.
No.
You have to expose these people. And I mean, David, he is just the tip of the iceberg of these people, and it's horrible. You've got what is that other? Most of these people do this shit. I'm trying to think of that other guy, but most of them are like religious cults. Most of them are these religious people that do this shit.
Yeah, and there's always one key element:
and
power and control.
Yeah, exactly. Power and control. And you look at the rest of these people, and you could tell they have a cult going on.
That's why I don't follow any organized religion, man. I always tell people, I'm not Christian. I've been told you should have your own relationship with God. You should be talking.
I'm atheist. I'm atheist.
Bitchin'.
I am atheist.
Right on.
Cool. I do not believe in anything.
Right on.
And I look at these people and I wonder how they get how. But it is exactly like you said, a cult. That is how they get it going.
Yeah. And like somebody said earlier, these attorneys, they don't understand how cult dynamics work, and they don't. Like David's attorneys, they're being educated by David's fucking cult members. So the attorneys are just being fed a bunch of bullshit. Pretty soon the attorneys are going to be living in a cult. Give up all their bullshit. Oh man. Pretty bad.
Man.
It's a bad case all around with David. All around it's bad. We said they were trafficking. Everything that David tried to sue me for back in the day. Remember, y'all? David tried to sue me with that fucking cease and desist.
I remember it.
Yeah. It's hanging on the wall.
I remember it.
Yeah. They never sued me because they would have been found out earlier had they sued us.
They tried to say that. They tried to tell people that shit, but it never works.
Yeah. It showed.
They hit them with those.
Go ahead.
They hit them with stuff like their lawsuits and all that, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
It always works. Yeah, always starts out with like they use those big things like they'll sue someone, but it doesn't.
Yeah. And with Winters and King,
It reminds me of what that my mom always said. She said the exception every time always it negates the rule. Every time the exception always negates the rule. It will do it every time.
yeah. Yep. Every time. Ken's asking what this doc is on the screen. David's asking to have a reconsideration of detention because he's crying behind Cellblock C like a little bitch.
He won't get it.
No, that's what everybody's saying. He ain't gonna get it.
He won't get it.
No, it's just to reconsider.
I say this because I have been a federal prisoner before, so for stuff that has not been in my control, but I have been in federal custody, and I can tell you, he ain't gonna get it. He won't get it.
No, not on the third time. It's like the second time. It's like, damn, you ain't getting it for sure. The third time, like he's be like, yeah, sure, we'll go and give it to you.
I'm surprised they gave Michelle. What is it?
Bond?
Bail. Yep. They call it bail now. Yeah, they call it bail. They call it something else. A lot of this shit they call other shit too.
Bond.
But
She got bond.
I even tried for bond. They would not give it to me the first time. They would not give it to me, and when I went in to see the prosecutor for a plea bargain, my sentencing guidelines said 57 months to 68 or 63 months. Here was the negotiation. I went in, the prosecution said 57 months. That's it. No, I had no plea bargain, no nothing. 57 months, you go in. So I took it. That was my legal limit, but I took it. The 57 months.
Yeah. Let's see here.
They don't negotiate. They do not negotiate.
Yeah, and that's the charges with this are pretty serious too, like forced labor and fucking conspiracy.
He'll get it. He'll get his minimum probably, but that's it.
Yeah,
that is it.
Yeah, I don't think.
Which is he'll get like 20 months on each charge, and they'll all, if he's lucky, it'll be consecutive and not. But he won't get anything. They don't negotiate anymore. They don't negotiate with anybody, which, I mean, that's the way it should be, you know.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, I think if you're gonna do the crime, do the crime.
That's coming from a former criminal. I'm telling the truth. That's me.
Yeah.
It's me as a former criminal. I don't think they should do that. I think if you do the crime, you should do the time. And if you're coming up for a plea bargain, that's saying you did the time.
Yep. Do you see David taking a plea in this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he will. But they won't plea bargain. That's what I'm saying. They will make him do his minimum on his sentencing guidelines, because that's what they go by, sentencing guidelines.
Yep.
They'll make him do the minimum. he'll get the minimum of it.
And what was the minimum?
Years. I don't know what his sentencing guidelines is. You gotta look up what he's charged with and what the sentencing guidelines go by.
Dude, I
And
think he was
probably get the
up
minimum
there.
of the.
He was at he was like at a level 34 or 35. Dude, they hit him pretty hard the first time because he was up there, dude. Because of how serious the crimes were. That's why they hit him.
Yeah. You'll have to see it. If it is like a level 35, 36, you'll be getting 240 months to something.
It's 168
a lot.
35 and 36 is 168 to 235.
Yeah, like I said, if he goes up to a level 35, 36, that's 240 months to something. And there ain't no. Right now, by God's blessing, I got a job as
good for you, man.
I do investigations for an attorney.
Nice.
Private investigations for an attorney.
You,
and I could tell you it.
Nice.
The guidelines of that sentencing range are far.
Yeah.
But I do investigations for an attorney, and you'd be surprised at what some of the shit these people do. It gets crazy.
Oh, I know
It gets crazy.
I know Michelle's breaking her bond, dude. I know she pretty much told the judge to fuck off the second she walked out of that courthouse.
Yeah, you cannot do that to these judges. They don't fuck around.
No.
They do not fuck around.
No, and this is the one that gave her bond too. Once the judge finds out that Michelle broke bond and that the judge gave her leeway, like, I'm gonna trust you. Oh man, that's just gonna fry the judge. Then the judge will really start listening to the case.
Oh yeah.
Judge will be like, okay,
he will.
Okay, tell me everything.
Really? You can't tell me that the FBI is not on her like stink on shit. They are on her like stink on shit.
I'd sure hope so.
They are doing everything they can. They're watching her. She has got everything. Everything is pinned on her. Her phone, her everything.
Well, I know what Michelle's trying to do right now. What Michelle's trying to do, brother, is she's trying to like third or fourth party people to get in contact with her. Using multiple channels.
God.
Yeah, passing multiple channels as to throw off the chase. Yeah.
That's even worse.
Yeah,
that's even worse.
Yeah, it's going to piss them off even more.
No. Yeah. And what makes them even more pissed off is that they get minors involved in it.
There's minors
if
involved.
If they get minors involved, that they will, oh my God.
All it takes is one.
And with David, any witness he calls for himself, you know they've got a shit trail behind them that'll fertilize the cyanide. Any of them has a shit trail that'll fertilize the cyanide.
Oh, David's witnesses take the stand. Guess what? They just opened themselves up to cross-examination. And guess
exactly. What? They opened them up. They opened them up to cross-examination, and any criminal act that they've committed comes out.
Yep, right there on the stand in front of the jury. Right there on the stand. Bam, right in front of the jury. Oh, you did
That's
this.
why. Yeah, every criminal act that they gets opened up.
A cult member cannot be a credible witness. Sure, they can. Yeah, they can.
They cannot. They can if the cult person was actually a good person, but David ain't.
No, none of the people that would take the stand in David's defense would be a credible witness. They would go up and they'd fuck the case up, if anything.
Yeah.
And David.
And what David doesn't realize is if he takes a stand, it's even worse.
Oh, I hope he takes a stand.
Because
I pray he takes a stand.
He looks horrible. I mean, he might think he could pastor his way out of it, but he looks horrible on cross. They would tear him up on cross.
Oh, they would absolutely destroy him.
He might be up there for a day on his own for direct questioning, But once he went to Cross, he'd be up there for like 7 or 8 days.
Yeah.
7 or 8 days, they'd have him up there.
Yep, I agree. If David went up on Cross, yeah, they would bring all the facts out. They'd be like, okay, what about this? What about this? What about this? What about
And
this?
I was talking with the attorney that I work with about this. We were watching it on TV and stuff, and it was funny. But he told me this is going to be this is the first one. This is the first ministry that they're going after. There's more.
There is. I know for a fact there is.
There'll be more.
Yeah,
there will be more.
They're cleaning house. Just let's be clear on this, everybody that's just tuning in, okay? This has nothing to do with any of us hating religion. This has to do with the church running scams behind the veil of religion. Once you take that veil off, there's a fucking slew of criminal activity that nobody's paying attention to. I am, though. We are.
It's like Ken Copeland Ministries.
Yep.
Ken Copeland Ministries will be going down. He only had like one run in with them, but he'll this next one. They'll be bringing people down on it because they're committing shit they're committing tax fraud under the veil of being a 501(c)(3).
Yeah, billions.
They say they're church, but
billions,
and that is tax money that they'll go after.
Okay, question. Okay, Parbs brought up a good point. David would throw everyone under the bus if he could, but they won't be offering him a deal. The evidence is far too strong. Do you think David would throw everybody under the bus? I do. If he got up on the stand,
yeah, I do. I do.
Everybody else's fault but mine.
Even if he threw everybody under the bus is just as guilty as him. He is just as guilty as him.
Yeah.
So it would do him no good to call anybody. The only thing he could do right now is just plead guilty, not throw himself on the mercy of the court, but just take the sentencing guidelines that they give and quietly go back in
and serve his time.
To life.
Yep, serve his time.
Just serve his time. Not plead, or just plead guilty. Take the sentencing guidelines and just serve his time. That would if he pleaded guilty, that would show the judge that he does not want to call any witnesses to hurt. He just wants his victims to start getting better and healing without him doing any of that crap to them.
David doesn't want that though.
I know he wants to be in charge. He wants to be pushing the buttons of his victims, and that just looks so bad. What would serve him right is to just plead guilty, take the sentencing guidelines, what they have down, which is 36 months or 360 months or something.
No, as well.
Just take that
level 35. It was like 135 to 120 to 135 or something.
I think he'll get. I think he'll get the 120. No, he won't. He'll get about 240 months in prison.
I hope so.
Give him 200. He'll take the 240 months in prison. Okay, take that time. Just tell the judge, I'm taking it. That's it. I don't want any of my witnesses to go through any of my victims to go through any direct examination or nothing. I don't want to call any of my victims. I don't want to do any of that. I just want to take my 240 months and do my time, and that's it. That is what would be perfect for him. That is the best that's the best offer he could get right now. Take his time, do his time, not call any of this, which would be perfect.
I agree. That'd be the best bet for him.
That would show everybody I am a man. I don't want to victimize my victims anymore. And that is it. That would be perfect. But he ain't gonna do that. He ain't gonna do that because he is a sociopath. He's a sociopath. He is not a psychopath. He is a sociopath.
Trip 9, I'm with you. It'd say the U.S. would save $100 billion a year without these prosperity pimps. I'm with you. Think of where that $100 billion could go.
They would save so much money without any of these 501(c)(3)s that are taking this money up.
Fuck, dude.
Anybody? I mean, you look at Look at people like Kenneth Copeland. Look at people like that. That place is taking up hundreds of millions of dollars a year. What is it, $500 to $600 million a year?
I'm sure it's more than that, bro.
And, well, that's what they're claiming. That's what they're claiming. $500 to $600 million a year.
David's claiming.
Have you seen where that dude lives?
The cult. This cult was, the feds were claiming 50 million with this. I know that's a fucking under exaggeration. That is completely misrepresented.
It is so. Exactly. But anyway, even if that is what they're claiming, that is oh my God. The way they claim that they go out on the street saying that they're helping people, that they have drug programs that help people and stuff like that. They don't.
Yeah.
They don't.
No.
And I am very leery of these faith-based programs for drug abuse, which don't work.
I don't trust them. Not one bit.
They don't work.
No.
They do not work.
They make problems worse.
Most of these programs for drug abuse, they don't work.
Yeah.
They don't work.
Yeah.
And it is sad. It is so sad.
Lavelle Israel.
People in there.
Lavelle Israel, that's exactly what David's doing. He's blaming me, Rick Frazier, and the people that have come out and talked against him for all of his fucking problems. And it says right here, Lavelle, bro, look, RF assisted by RH. I'll give you 2 guesses who that is, and you're only going to need 1.
Yeah. It's funny. It's so funny.
Yeah. Literally blaming.
Well, I mean, it's not funny. It is not funny. It's sad.
It is, and it shows.
You got to look at it that way.
It shows the delusions of David. He still thinks he's done nothing wrong. He's blaming it on everybody else. Oh, the deposition was Rick Frazier's fault. Well, all he asked to give, he just asked you for $100,000 back so he could give it to his ex-wife so she could survive, dude. And you told him to fuck off.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a reason. He had a legit reason. I think Rick had a valid reason. Put yourself in Rick's shoes, everybody. Put Rick's shoes on that day.
Well, I just wanted you to know where I stand on it, how I feel. It's just me, my personal opinion.
Yep.
No one else's. My personal opinion. And like I said, I've got to get going right now. But me and the attorney I work for, we love your show. We love what you're doing. We love full frontal investigation, and we hope that there are more that you take down. This is one. This is the first step. First takedown of a million more to come, because there are a million more of these bastards out there.
This other attorney I was talking to today, she said the same thing. She said, this is landmark. She's like, Rich, this is landmark. This has never happened before.
It is.
It hasn't.
It is. That is why we looked at it and we were like, oh my God, there are a million more of these out there that they're going to take down.
Yep.
This is the first brick of a billion that's going to build a house up that will take these people down.
That's the thing, like this,
because it is horrible.
This is a whole set of different criminals that they need to profile. I love it. I hope the feds are building a profiling program for these religious criminals, man. This is really, really unique, man, and I'm fucking interested as get out with this. Like these religious criminals.
It is.
Oh man.
This is horrible.
Yeah.
This is horrible, but we appreciate it and we thank you for it. And it's a great show you have. It is a great show. We love it.
I appreciate you letting me know that you guys are watching, man.
I love how you do it.
Appreciate it,
I
man.
love how you do it. I love how you do it. I love everything about it. I wait for each day for it to come on, and I love it.
Appreciate you guys, man. You tell your boss
Thank
too
you
that we
so
appreciate
much.
it. No, thank you. So big shout out
Thank you so much.
What's your screen name? What do you go by in the chat?
Pile of garbage.
Oh, okay.
Pile of garbage.
So,
That's mine.
Pile of garbage. Shout out to Pile of Garbage. Appreciate you, man. And tell your boss hello for us, man.
That is mine. Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Have a good night, brother. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Pile of Garbage. That's a cool screen name. I like that. Yeah. Thanks for calling. No, thanks for calling, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. It's always good. See, and that's what I fucking love, dude. Like, dude says, I was a criminal one time. I did some shit, caught up in a situation, did my time. Here I am. They ain't gonna give this guy. And he straight up says, he's all, they're not gonna give it to him. Like, once you go into federal time, it's like there's no bargaining chips on the table. There's no bargaining chips. So just again, David's crying from his cell block. Okay. He wants a detention release. He wants a reconsideration. His lawyers are basically saying, well, we have all these text messages and proving that he didn't do all these things. There's always two sides of the story. And the lawyers just started getting all the information. They're probably like, uh-oh, we got a really big problem here. Fuck, man, David, just take the time. Stop making us take your money. Just do the time. Do the time. But I don't think David will do the time. He's too fucking greedy. Hey, be good. Hey, yeah. Hey, Captain Howdy, me too, bro. Dude. Me and Rick Frazier. I'm laughing about this all day because I got this document earlier today. I was sitting there, I was working, got the update. I got the update, downloaded it, and I started reading it, and then I'm like, no fucking way. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Yeah, so I'm like, David just making his lawyers do more work. David just making more mistakes. Can't keep his fucking mouth shut. He's like, that Rich Holmes and Rick Frazier, they're the catalyst to all my fucking problems. I could see him sitting in the interrogation room. So how do you know Rick Frazier paid Rich Holmes, David? Well, I just know because I'm the apostle. Well, we need a little bit more fucking factual proof than that, David. Oh, man. Oh, shit. I'm picturing that conversation. And apparently, I've been consistent for 10 years on this, and I haven't. I've only been on this since 2021. Maybe 2020-ish until the other channel got taken down, then 2021. So yeah, apparently I've been doing this for over 10 years. This got filed today. Yeah, this got filed. Yeah. No, it got filed yesterday, but it hit Pacer today. Yeah, possibly. Yeah, it could be. I could be. And if that's the case, okay. I don't. David doesn't want me on the stand. Yes, I could be cross-examined, but what am I to hide? They're going to call me up there to make me look like a shithead. That's fine. Hey, Rich, I'm sorry. Like, who are those guys? Yes, exactly. Yeah, me and Rick Frazier. Yeah. This isn't even a defense. This is just him wanting his detention hearing. This is just a reconsideration for detention. That's it. All this is, they want, David is basically, he's for real. That's why it's called Crying from Cellblock C, because he's bitching like a little fucking crybaby. I've never really made any defamatory statements on the channel. I have nothing to lie about. I've been honest about being an addict. Yeah. So what? I'm a fucking addict. Yeah. I'm a recovering addict. Still am. Will be for the rest of my life. I mean, what are they going to hold against me? Yes. Kennedy. Yeah. It's me, Rick Frazier, and the disgruntled employees. Yes. Right there. Yeah. Oh, they could get at me personally. That's fine. That's what they're going to try to do, but I've done nothing wrong. I'm a journalist. That's how I'd go up there. I'm a journalist. I'm an investigative journalist, and we found out your client's scam. What do you want me to say? You're going to try and pick me apart? Okay, let's go. Let's go. You want to sit here and make me look like a shithead? Try and find out all the fucked up shit I've done in life to make me look like an asshole? Cool. Has nothing to do with the case. It's just going to make you look weaker. And that's what I say. Hey, if they're going to get up there and try to make me look like a shithead on the stand, I'm going to fucking tell the truth. I'll tell them everything I've ever done wrong. What do you want to know? That I fucked up in life? Yeah, absolutely. What do you want to know? What do you want to know? Yeah, I'll take the stand. That's the one place you're supposed to stand there and take your fucking licks, right? On the stand. Nothing to lie about. What do you want to know about me? That's what defense attorneys do. They try to make people like me look like an asshole. That's what they'll do. But I was never the one.
You got this other idiot, this faggot named Rich Holmes. God's telling me to call that punk by name. He's up here speaking all this evil against us, against me on YouTube. You gonna die, Rich.
I got you. I'll call you back, TTY.
God gonna kill you.
I mean, have I ever said anything like that about David, you guys? I would. I'd be a credible witness. Be like, dude, this guy ain't lying about shit. TTYL, if that's you that just called, I'm going to call you back. Okay? I got it. Sometimes I just don't see him right away. That's all. I'll call you back. I got you. And it'll be coming from a 786 area code, okay? Here we go. TTYL calling in.
Yo, Rich.
What up, brother? How you doing, man?
Chilling, man. Chilling, man. You did it, bro. It's been a long time.
Yeah? How you doing, brother?
Good, good. Last time we spoke, I was on your stream. I was putting gas into the police car way back. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I saw you kind of mentioning. Yeah, he's in like just a holding right now,
Mhm.
and so in the holding, they're not really going to really look too deeply into him.
Mhm.
But when he goes to a medium, because that's where he's going with the type of charges he's got, he's gonna need a shower buddy to watch his back so that he doesn't get shanked or beat up in the shower.
Yeah.
And he'll have to wear shoes because he's gonna have to fight. It's just what's gonna happen. Mediums don't offer much protection, and he won't be going to some solitary confinement.
I don't think
He's gonna
so.
be out in the open.
Gen Pop.
Yeah. Yeah, he's screwed, dog. He's looking at something like, I mean, if all those charges he gets convicted on, that's like 40, 60 years. He's going to die in there.
What do you think, bro, from your end of the spectrum? Do you think he's going to, these charges are going to stick, brother?
You got so much, and bro, the feds don't come for you unless the case is already proven.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you got hella connections, hella money, and you're not a piece of garbage like this guy. He's out of there. His best bet. Well, he has no best bet. Michelle has the best bet because all she has to do is just turn state's evidence, and she'll get what's essentially a slap on the wrist compared to what she should get.
Yeah.
So no, I think he's out of there. To be perfectly fair, I think he'll probably just get something like 20, maybe even 15 years, something around there.
Michelle or David?
That's probably what David. That's probably what he'll end up getting. What he should get is that 60 plus. That's what I think he should be getting.
You know, I hope with
Michelle,
all the... Sorry, go ahead, bro.
No, I was going to say, Michelle probably end up with 10. I mean, this isn't what I would want to happen, but this is what's most likely to happen.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of mitigating factors going to look at. They're not going to look at it like the way we look at it, as just this evil cult that's just been taking it and be like, okay, well, he's done some positive stuff in the community. Like, his lawyer's going to go for all that BS.
Yeah.
So he's going to get some downward variances that, you know, it's going to make this a little bittersweet, but it's still going to be sweet.
Yep. David needs to serve
You're
time.
gonna say something.
Yeah. He needs to serve time for this. Like, these were serious offenses. Like, he ran a multi-state money laundering operation.
No, for sure. and see, that's the other thing, right? So, you know, they found gold. That's a problem. That's a significant problem that they found gold that's likely unclaimed to the IRS.
It is. I know
mean,
that
they've
is
got some.
I found that out as a fact from one of my sources. They're like, that gold wasn't checked by the IRS. I was like, that's a problem.
Hell yeah, that's a significant problem. So they've got some uphill battles, but you know, I really want him to serve the type of time that he really needs, because he is a fat piece of garbage that took advantage of a lot of people. That's really who he is.
Do you think since it's
But, you know, man, I've been wanting to.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry, man. Go ahead.
No, do you think since it's landmark, like they could hit him with the maximums and maybe set an example?
You know, the thing about the feds, man, is that they know about a lot of crap that goes on. They know about all these other clowns that are out there, Catherine Trigg and all these other clowns that are taking. They know. So they're not going to set the example, because if they hit too hard, they're going to have to start hitting a lot of other people. And there's people out there that probably really don't want to touch. So probably not.
For political reasons.
If they would have done that yeah, I mean, they should have done that with Diddy. They should have hit Diddy with the full Monty. But they didn't, because if they hit Diddy with the full Monty, they got to hit other people with the full Monty. So they're likely not to do that, unfortunately.
Okay.
It's just the way. So look, one of the ways that the feds work is that they don't like to spend money. If you force them to spend money, they're going to hit you with everything possible. So it's like, just for instance, so if a person is caught up in the feds, and the feds are like, okay, look, this is what we want to give you. If you take them to trial and force them to spend money, they're going to try to hit you with everything. If you work with them, they'll give you something lighter. David's going to work with them. He's not going to have a choice, because they're going to hit him with a mountain of evidence, a mountain of this, and his lawyer's going to be like, yeah, this is what you should do. And he's going to do that. That's what he's going to do.
But his lawyer said that he's ready to go to trial and he can't wait to go.
Well, then his lawyers really don't care anything about him. His lawyers are out to get as much. I mean, bruh, just think about it, all right? They raided 5 locations.
Yeah, this is a fool's bet.
They don't just raid your house.
Yeah, this was a fool's bet case. Either way, the lawyers are getting paid in this, whether they fucking win or lose, dude. Exactly.
So they don't care about David. No, David, you can beat this. Don't worry about that. They found blood of other people inside your soft drawer. Don't worry about that. You can beat this. They ain't got nothing on you. Just feed his ego and bleed his wallet, or whatever he would have. So, yeah, his lawyers don't care about him in that case. If they're telling him he's ready for trial.
Yeah, he's still lying to his current lawyers, and so is Michelle. Michelle's violating her bond, and David lies to his lawyers.
That was fascinating that she got bond in the first place. When I watched that, because I watched your channel, and there's this woman. She gave you a shout out too.
Yeah, Vanessa.
I think she's an attorney. Yeah, Vanessa.
I talked to her today, man, and I want to give her a shout out too. Like, I was pretty tough on her in the beginning, and I talked to her today for a good hour or so, and I expressed why.
She seems cool.
No, and I did.
Yeah.
And I want to clear that out. Like, I was tough on her, man. I was tough on a lot of creators because I'm like, fuck, I didn't want people muddying up the waters of all the work that we did, right? Like, we put a lot of effort into this to put it in a concise storyline. And then after talking to her today, she's like, I get it. And she's like, there's so many of these people out there, Rich. And she's like, there's so much work to do. I was like, yeah, tell me about it. So we're on the same page.
Well, you know,
we're on the same page.
There's a lot of people that jumped on the bandwagon after you did all this work and you followed all this story, and then I saw these other people doing all these stories. I was like, You guys are late. You guys are super late on this, and you kind of talk like an authority.
Yeah.
But I did see that they backed off. They haven't done many more stories behind them, so that was just a kind of flyby clout chase
It
kind of
was.
thing.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. And I talked to Vanessa about that today. She's like, no, I'm tracking this case with you guys. I was like, all right. And I was like, this was my concern about just going and like talking with people, you know? Because it's like, I want to
yeah,
preserve
I like.
the survivors, the people that came out and did their testimonies. Those are so important. And those need to be preserved at all costs. At all costs, because
Yeah,
those are valuable. Those are fucking priceless, man.
yeah, for sure. For sure, because look, there's a lot of pressure on all of those people, from the cult members, on all those people to. I bet you, there's a lot of pressure from the cult members on anybody who would talk trash about David, who was a former member of that church and defected from it. I bet there's an enormous amount of pressure.
Yes.
I was thinking, do you plan to go down to where they've been protesting?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think that would be a bad idea.
All right.
I think, if anything, based off the look of this current document, I might be testifying in court. So, I mean, if David wants to take it that far and bring me to the stand,
I hope he does. I mean, for us to get real closure out of this and really feel satiated that a monster got what he deserves. Yeah, I hope he does go take it to trial. Take it all the way.
I do too.
Stand up and tell the prosecution he's a liar.
And that's the thing. If I took the stand, I would be subject to cross-examination, just like everybody else. They would probably ask me, how do I know the church? Have I ever been? What's your affiliation? What's the details? How did you find out about all this stuff?
This is going to try to paint you as a racist and also as some sort of Satanist who's anti-God that just wanted to destroy a wholesome church who just wanted to do good for its people. That's the defense will try to paint you as.
And Vanessa was telling me, she's like, when you go to court, you talk to the jury. And I would turn straight to the jury and I'd talk to them just like this. I wouldn't even look at the lawyers. I'd just answer the question straight to the jury.
You know what? And there's nothing he can do about it.
No, he has to sit there and shut his fat fucking mouth.
That's exactly what's going to happen. But you know what would be really killer? I mean, I wish that they would let cameras in the courtroom, but if he did take it that far, the look on his face looking at you across the courtroom, wow, that would be worth everything right there.
It would fry him.
I would pay the price. Oh yeah.
Like to think to tell the prosecution, this is my first time I've ever been actually seen the guy in person. Right here.
Yeah.
Well, how do you know about all his activity? Go ahead, bro.
No, you just reminded me of something else. There's two questions that I had, and I've had it for weeks. Well, one of them are, they're going to get, I believe they're going to pick up Joseph Bush.
I do too.
But I am wondering, I'm really wondering what happened to Ashley, what was her name? The tall blonde? But she just kind of disappeared. I think she had a baby. She put on a lot of weight, I guess. And
she did.
She was kind of gone. Did she get out of the church?
I think she's still connected somehow, but she's kind of distanced herself from all the bullshit because she had a kid.
Huh. And I will watch some videos to it. I was like, how the hell does this this fat bastard, how the hell does he get these beautiful women there?
Man.
I'm really...
There's a whole backstory to Ashley.
Ugly women don't deserve to be caught up in a cult. Nobody deserves to be caught up in the cult. But it's just that he puts those people front and center, right? As for marketing purposes.
Absolutely.
And you look at them and they seem like, good people. And I'm sure everybody there is probably, well, not everybody, but there's a decent amount of individuals that are good individuals who just caught up. I'm looking at this and I'm like, how? How does this work? How do you trust this guy with, one, your salvation, your soul, and then two, how do you trust him anyway to get close to you to smell your freaking hair? You know, and all these other
All
sick
these
things he
people,
did.
the common denominator in all this is David and Michelle and Joseph. You take those three out of it. He plays on vulnerabilities. Yes, it is. We've talked about that. And the boy here, TTYL, he'll know what's up. Like, these people have it's a weird kind of sense that they have, that they pick up on vulnerable people. It's very sad.
Yeah. I'm over here in Miami. He'd have a small audience if he was here. He's too, I don't know, right? I don't see that working anywhere else but where he was. And I don't know much about where he was. I've never been there.
Yeah.
But I couldn't see somebody like that rising up here.
Yeah.
I just couldn't see it. We have other clowns. I guess there's a trick out there for everybody.
Yeah.
And he's got that on lock. But that's a sad thing to see, but you've done a good thing, man. We're proud to support you and be around and watch your stuff and watch you grow.
Appreciate it, man.
It's a great thing.
What do you think? Can I ask you what you
much
thought
as
when you saw the raid go down? What did you think? Because I know what you do. Like, what were you thinking about it? Like, you're like, holy shit, it actually happened.
Oh, when the raid happened, I was like, yep. Like it's about time, because when he did the deposition, I know he was under investigation probably before that deposition.
Yeah, I think he was.
That's what was really going on with that.
Yeah, I think it was
The
maybe
feds are
a couple years.
Yeah, the feds are super slow.
Yeah.
That's just who they are. They're very, very, very slow. They're very, very, very methodical. And when they come, they don't come empty-handed. They come with everything. They come with a case already proven. That's why there's two reasons. There's probably more. There's two primary reasons why the feds have like a 90-something% conviction rate, right?
Mm-hmm.
One is that they come prepared. They do their homework, all of that. Number two, they have an unlimited budget. With an unlimited budget, you can convict anybody. It's just what it is.
Yeah.
You can go up there with 30 freaking lawyers. If they really needed to, they could. So that's two things. So I think that getting him convicted and getting him on everything, it really is a slam dunk to me.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. But I think he's really out of gas.
I think so too.
But I was cheering it on, and I was cheering it on. And I was laughing.
I appreciate you, man.
Yeah,
we appreciate you.
I'm like, man, Rich is going to Denny's right now. He's going to Denny's.
Everything that from that day forward, everything was just better. Right? Like everything, it was because we set out a goal as a community, right? To be like, okay, we're really going to peel this onion and find out what's really taking place. And we did. And David kept making mistake after mistake after mistake, and it all fell into favor. I'm pretty sure the feds
Bro, you went to Denny's.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it must have been a good day.
That was, man.
Well, bro, had a long day, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get off, man. But yeah, keep up the good work, man. I'll keep watching, man, and I always say what up when I pop into your streams.
All right, brother. All right, brother, man. You be safe out there, man.
You too, man. Have a good night.
All right, good night, bro. Bye.
What's up?
Thank you. All right, cool. Couple call-ins tonight, bitching. It's good to talk to you guys, man. Like I said, I know everybody's got lives outside of this. That's cool, man. I respect that. It's good to have you guys calling from time to time and hear your voices. Just so it's like, it brings that community together. Just so you guys can hear other people, and it really connects us in that way. And I think that's really fucking dope. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to go and wrap it up. So this document was uploaded today to Pacer, okay? And David is pretty much blaming me and Rick Frazier and the disgruntled employees for all of his problems. So, yeah. I'm all David's problems.
If you don't repent. Yeah, you'll be in a car accident somewhere. You just die. You listen, God will take your life in one day. You better repent. Remember, you're a chariot wheel under the Red Sea to me. A lot of people follow, just few people are so deceived. They following that faggot.
That's Mr. Taylor. I hope his lawyers have this video. I hope they have it. I really do. I hope his lawyers see this video and be like, damn. Defamation there, David. Eh? No, there's people who've already been knocking around about a documentary on this, man. No. It most likely will, because this is evidence. Listen.
And I know he's controlled by Rick Frazier. He's a faggot too. All these pedophiles and these homosexuals, this generation following these faggot men.
This is going to really help the feds prove that this isn't a church.
You a pussy, Rich Holmes. And I'm going to say that's his real name. He called his name, whatever, he got that fake name. His real name is Rich Holmes. God gonna get you, faggot. I know Christians, they not used to me. I'm a general. I'm not no, you supposed to be a pastor. You supposed to be sweet. No, I'm a general. I'm a man of war. You bring battle here, I'm going to finish it. And I'm going to show you the real power I have. In most of these...
He stands up and takes a shitty maxi pad out of his pants. He's all, here's the power in the pad, everybody.
People who die, right, they don't die immediately. But they die a horrible death. There's another person that used to be in my ministry. It hurts me. In 1986, he came along with my ex-wife before we ever got married. Of course, you know, she out there with Vicky Yowie.
Isn't that really ironic, Michael Stevens? For real, bro. Talk about ironic. Talk about ironic, right? Dude's sitting there talking shit wearing a fucking shit-filled maxi pad. Oh, man. He's all the true powers in the pad, everybody. Oh, man. Yeah.
Both of them being a backsliding heifer. Yeah, that's what I called them. You know, out there openly. But God just said to me today, he said, you need to think that if you ain't got God backing you. And I've never said anything about this Rich Holmes guy openly, but God just said to me today, he said, you need to tell him that I'm going to kill him if he don't repent. You hear that, Rich Holmes? You a goner. God gonna get you. You better repent. And everybody with you. His name was Ronell Barnes.
Now look where he's at, sitting in a fucking 8x6 jail cell. You better repent, Rich Holmes, or God's gonna get you. That's gonna be David's new God is Bubba. David's gonna be calling God. He's like, oh shit, here comes God, but it's really Bubba. Yeah. Yeah, that was David right there, man. That was
on this other idiot. Me, I already know what he's gonna do to you. You got this other idiot, this faggot named Rich Holmes. God's telling me to call that punk by name. He's up here speaking all this evil against us, against me on YouTube. You gonna die, Rich.
That fucking sewer seal sitting there. You gonna die, Rich. Then I got an email saying that they're allowed to say these kind of things because he's an apostle. I was like, okay, put the video back up then, bitch. They never put the video back up. You wonder why? Because they would have got a fucking hard strike for it. They would have got a fat fucking strike. Probably would have got their channel dropped down. But I have to react to it. I have to. Yeah, you know why? Because he took the video down before YouTube could pick up the fucking hit. Yeah, but I told the feds that. I was like, yeah, he might have deleted it or taken it down or hid it somewhere for obvious reasons. But yeah. Oh yeah, it was like a death threat, dox, and like a community violation all in one. So it was like, damn, dude. Hit like the trifecta in like 2 seconds. Yeah, this was doxing, death threats, fucking everything. It was the works. I've never done any of that towards David. I've never doxed anybody. Get into threat during a devotional. I know. And it was like right towards the end too. Oh man. It was right towards the end when he did this whole shit, when he started fucking calling out death threats. Yeah, it's a trifecta. It's like bam, 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 all in the same fucking sentence. It's like, damn, dude. Yeah. Yep. And I actually found the original link and it doesn't work anymore. It's not even there. Like I sent it over to the fucking YouTube team. I said, here's the original link. You guys need to take this fucking video down or hit him with a strike. They'll find this video on one of the phones. Yeah, I agree. I'm with you there. They'll find a video somewhere or on his YouTube channel somewhere. Yeah. Yeah. They found 6 phones in a safe, everybody. Tell me there's nothing illegal on those phones. Tell me there's nothing illegal on those phones that they found in the safe, man. David's like, you know what? I'm already doing some criminal shit. I'm going to make it even more criminal and make it look more criminal by putting all these phones in this safe. Okay. That way, when the feds do come and raid me, it looks really fucking suspicious because you know what? There is suspicious shit on those phones. Yeah. So here's a David crying from Cellblock C. Everything is literally came back to bite him in the ass. Yeah. Yeah. Called out my name, sent me a cease and desist, tried suing me, attempted to sue me. J-Kid, they're looking at 20 years, man. 20 plus. Looking at 20 plus, man. They're in a lot of trouble. They're in a lot of trouble, man. They're in deep shit, dude. They did some dumb shit. They're in a lot of trouble. You guys, April's the next court date until we hear something about this. If David gets denied his detention reconsideration. So, next court date is supposed to be the 16th of April. Oh, excuse me. Michelle's violated bond. I know she has. And David is crying from his fucking jail cell, wanting to probably get out because he's realizing that his whole world has just collapsed and he has nothing. And here's the thing, J-Kid, anybody that's just tuning in, he's blaming Rick Frazier, me, and everybody else but himself. Okay? He's blaming everybody else but himself. 5 more months till trial. Now, here's the thing. In closing, if they pick up more charges, right? Guess what? It's like a reset. Bam, more charges. Bam, more charges. More charges are coming. Just be patient. Give it a couple more months. Not yet. They have to prove that she violated, but based off what I've been told from my sources, she did violate. And it's ultimately up to the judge to decide whether or not she violated. But I think it's safe to say that Michelle has violated her bond because she thinks the rules just don't apply to her. Nah, he's not taking any responsibility. You're right, J-Kid. David's taking zero responsibility, my brother. Nah, fuck, why would he? Why would he take responsibility? He thinks he's done nothing wrong. He does. He thinks he's done absolutely nothing wrong. So he's not going to take responsibility for any of the shit that he did wrong. Now here's, okay, David tried to sue me for unsubstantiated complaints to the IRS about his tax scam. Look what he got arrested for, conspiracy to commit money laundering. Yeah, exactly. Right, Doc? Hey, special deliveries are yet to come, right, Doc? Yeah. Doc's right. Yeah. Special deliveries are yet to come. Yeah, these are just the initial indictments, right? David's blaming everybody else but himself, but yeah, there's more arrests coming. Just be patient. Be patient. Michelle's out on bond, J-Kid, but she's violating in the process of, or already has. I know she is. I've been told that she did. Coming from very reliable sources, man. Saying that she's doing some dumb shit, thinking the judge ain't going to find out, and she's trying to make it look like that she didn't contact the cult. She's trying to use 3 or 4 different avenues of communication to throw off the fucking trail of the judge. He's basically, what David's saying is that Rick Frazier, right, that started the deposition, right? No, you're good, Noah. Hey, Noah Winslow. Vicky Yomi's setting up an app. Ah, what a trashy fucking. I would be more than free to share my heart and be more transparent with those that love my ministry. The internet gives haters too much access. Oh, man. Yeah, I've talked to Rick Frazier twice. The first time was real nice. The second time, he's like, I don't want to talk to you. Yeah, the second time, he didn't want to talk to me. He didn't want to talk to me. The internet gives access to too much haters. Hey, Vicky Yohi, you know what the internet gives access to? Too many fucking scammers like yourself. Oh, yeah. Don't worry, Tony. That's coming up. Noah Winslow. Hey. Hey. Hey, whose initials do you think these are right here? I'm still laughing about it because I got this while I was working today about midday. About 10:30, 11 o'clock this morning. And I couldn't help. Oh, Vicky's a fucking scammer, Bella Blaine. Yeah, Vicky ain't nothing but a fucking scammer. She's starting some kind of app where she's like, hey, pay me $7.99 and I won't lie to you. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Vicky's like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and start up this shitty fucking app and just scam people there, okay? Can't seem to get my YouTube channel off the ground. Oh, yeah. It's me and Rick Frazier. Me and Rick Frazier are the catalyst of all David's problems. No, yeah. Me and David could figure that out, right? David's all, that fucking pussy Rich Holmes, god damn it. Oh, yeah, Bella. Because she thought that fucking Tampa 10 interview was going to make her fucking racks of money, and it didn't. They probably saw right through all her bullshit. It's not even about being famous, but it's just like David, some bone. I don't know. Did God tell him that Rick Fraser was paying me? Because I've only had 2 conversations with the guy. That was it. It was an email, a FaceTime, and then a phone call at one. That was it. Now that's the extent of my conversation with Rick Fraser. I think he's blaming both of us. I think that's the funny thing about it because, dude, Rick couldn't pay me enough to do this. No, J-Kid, Michelle's playing both sides right now. No, Michelle's playing both sides. Nope, Michelle's playing both sides. No, nope, nope, she's playing both sides. And once the judge finds out, he's gonna fucking light her up. Yeah, I already played that video. Yeah, where he said, "You gonna die, Rich. You a pussy, Rich Holmes." Like, oh, really, dude? All the dude had to do was come and talk to us and just be transparent, but he never did. He never did. So the more shadier he was, the deeper we went in on him. Yeah, she can't squeal too hard on everything because she was in on it, man. Yeah, I'm with you, Leanne. Yeah, I know, it's funny, right? Bella Blade. That's that goddamn Rick Fraser and Rich Holmes guy on YouTube. But I mean, they're gonna have a pretty hard time disputing all the fucking interviews that we did with Cliff and Valerie and all the just bullshit he pulled. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard. Oh yeah, and apparently I've been helping Rick Fraser over the past 10 years, everybody. Okay. So there's that too. That's a big fucking lie. Luke says Rick Fraser, assisted by another identified as RH. Can I use your cowbell? It's a seed bell. It's a special bell. They have sought to have it shut down and to have Taylor charged with the crime. Their barrage of unsubstantiated complaints, along with a small group of disgruntled ex-church members, are the facts and fodder for the government's mischaracterizing proffer. And while the defendant and the church have long been aware of these 2 individuals and their consistent antagonism toward the church over the past 10 years, the identity of the recently disclosed group of 8 victims was just made known and shared last week. As such, it was not until receiving the government's discovery that the council has been able to review the date that the defense could confirm and corroborate the heavy involvement with Rick Fraser and RH and know the actual identities of the aggrieved, all consenting adult ex-victims. Yeah. Dude, they were fucking pissed. Like, they've been harassing the church, goddammit. I haven't been on this for 10 years. We've only been on it for 5. So this is a big fucking lie. Like, the thing is David's cult members is telling the lawyers all this bullshit. It's a foreign concept to him. Oh man. Oh yeah, the live streams. Oh yeah, that's Bella Blaine. Those are some of everybody's favorites, like Lance showing up on Catherine Crick's live stream. Yeah. 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 Showing up on Catherine's, I think, was still my favorite to this day. But yeah. And Bella, you know what's funny? Is the fact that they're saying unsubstantiated complaints about the IRS and shit, but like David tried to sue me for the same shit years ago. And he never pulled through. So, oh no, people still believe him, J-Kid. People still believe him, bro. Nah, dude, people will follow him till the end. Sad. It's very sad. It's a sad dynamic, man. Yep. But David's blaming everybody else but himself. So when y'all go to bed tonight, just keep that in mind, okay? None of this is David's fault. It's mine and Rick Fraser's, okay? Yeah. Amy Carlson, yeah. Yeah. Mother God, yeah. Yes, I do. Yes, I remember. Amy Carlson. Oh, this is just got to absolutely fucking fry David. Okay, and I just found out that that David wasn't fucking happy about that at all. He was pretty upset. He was pretty pissed about it that night. I found out he was fucking livid. He was fucking livid about it, man. He was really upset about that, and he bitched out a lot of people. He wasn't pleased about it. I hope David's lawyers get a hold of this, because you know what? David's lawyers, what's your name? Chris Rosenblum or whatever your name is. Your client's fucking lying to you, and he's taking you for a walk in the park. Leave what you want. No, fuck no. No, his lawyers, the research his lawyers are doing are probably from the cult members, and then his lawyers are probably finding out about the channel now. They're like, uh-oh. Oh, Chris, come on, Catherine. When I put up the thing that said I farted. Seed. I don't want to read it all loud right now. Oh, no. Well, Leanne. Thanks for the seed, Noah. Appreciate you, brother. Well, David's got 2 lawyers now, so it might have doubled. It might have doubled for all we know. Doing a Did Sarah Hooskin started laughing? And put I farted. Yeah. Yeah, that was by far the fucking funniest shit, man. Oh my God, that was yeah. Yeah. Catherine was mid-deliverance of this lady, and like she forgot to block something out. And I pulled up this whiteboard, I put I farted on it. It's like the most immature shit ever. This is the most immature shit I could think of to write it. It worked. Yeah, he does. No, JK, he's got really good attorneys. He's got some high-end attorneys, but I think once they start finding out about all the charges, they're probably going to tell him to fucking, hey, just take the deal, man, because you're wasting time here now at this point. There's nothing we can do about this. Yeah, he's a top criminal attorney, man. He said, man, once they find out about all the fucking bullshit, the attorney's going to be like, dude, just take the deal, man. Just take what the feds are offering you. That's it. That's the deal. Have it. Take it. Yeah, Bella. It worked. It was hilarious. Do you think the attorney translated the judge sign the same? I hope so. I hope the attorney took him back there and told him, hey, don't ever fucking stand up in court like that and try to address a judge ever again in my presence. You fucking talk to me. I hope so. I hope the attorney told him next time you do that, shut the fuck up. Don't do it. Shut your fucking trap. Don't ever address the judge again. You address me, I'll address her for you. Dumb fuck. What a dumb fuck. Fucked it up. Fucked up, man. I'm going to go ahead and try and cut the judge off here. Anyways, guys, I got to get to bed, man. I was going to stop at 9, but we kept going. Yeah. Former gangster. Yeah. Oh, hey, Tony Richards. Well, guess what? That all followed him to court because the prosecutor called it out. She's like, Your Honor, David claimed to be a gangster doing shootouts and shit, so he's been involved in violent crimes, apparently. Yeah, they do now. They have 2 lawyers, but that's not much of a team to research this case. And if David hires another lawyer, oh man, then the cost just got. So, you have a good night, man. Catch you on the next stream. Thanks for staying with it tonight, man. And big shout out to Uncle Jake, Colt Watch, fucking JMO, the OG enemy of David Taylor, Trip 9. Anybody who's filled out a fraud report, you guys, the community, thank you. And we'll catch you again on yeah, you too, guys. Bella, thank you. Thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate you. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Yeah, Bella, what'd you think of the bust, right? What'd you think when you saw the bust, Bella? I'm sure you saw the bust because it was back east. You probably saw that shit because it was probably all up and down the East Coast. That fucking slimy piece of shit get busted. It's fucking fucked up.